Yo. What up? Y'all heard that theme music. Y'all see these beautiful faces. You know what time it is. It's the Let's Get Canceled podcast. I'm your boy, Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth.
And I'm Tommy with an H. I'm the voice of the people. I speak to y'all. Hey, yo, cousin.
What up, cousin?
I see you out and about, man. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get canceled.
All right, so check this out, man. If y'all can't tell, man, I am remote today, man. I'm out on the job, but we definitely still coming back to give y'all what y'all be looking for. So we don't miss no shows around here. So that's why we here right now. So first of all, Tommy, how you feeling, man?
Man, everything's good, man. I know you had to be gone, so like I said, it was the in-laws' birthday this weekend. So I'm about to get myself up out of here and make my way, same as you. So we're about to be out of here. Oh, and before I get back, I did forget a birthday on Wednesday. The house lady that we were at when we did the Thanksgiving episode, it was her birthday that Wednesday, and I forgot to shout out Chaco. So shout out to cousin, love you, baby girl. But we back on the road, and we'll be back home again on Wednesday doing another one of these. But right now we are we are in our separate locations. Like I said, I'm about to get up out of here because I have a birthday on tomorrow. So yeah, that's where we are.
Well, real quick, like always, man, we love y'all. We appreciate all the support. Thank y'all for rocking with us. If you like what you're hearing right now, you can always find us at the next day with the show or everywhere you get your audio podcast. Also, wherever you're watching this at, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever, man, make sure that you like and give us a follow, all right? Share it with a friend. And if you're on YouTube, make sure that you hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time that we go live or drop any new content. Every time you'll get a notification so you can tune in and you don't miss anything with us here at the Let's Get Canceled podcast, all right?
Straight up. And if you are on YouTube, hit the like button right now. Just do it right now. If you're on Facebook, hit the like button right now. Go ahead and give that thumbs up right now. You can give it a heart or whatever it is on Facebook. But make sure you interact. Say what up to us in the comment section, straight up and down. Hey, we need that.
So listen, man, we have like you said on Wednesday, man, we've been kind of tough on the church folks.
We have given the church folks a little bit of business over the last few months, for sure.
That's for sure. But you know what? We are church boys. And
100%,
I would be a church boy if I didn't love the church. I really do love the church. And you made a comment before about some of the things that the church has taught us that helped us outside of the church. So tonight's episode, we're going to talk about some of the things that church taught us that has helped us outside of the church.
For sure, because that's one thing that a lot of folks don't understand is a lot of the structure that you gain from the church. And this all spawned from something I saw online. They were saying the youth can't read anymore because they have not had to sit in church and learn how to pronounce Deuteronomy. They haven't had to flip through their Bibles and find Nebuchadnezzar's name. I remember Vacation Bible School where you had to sit there and learn all the books of the Bible. You had to be able to recite them. You had to know what was in the Old Testament, what was in the New Testament. So now you're not just flipping through until you see your W. No. You had to know what was going on in that book, and that set you up for what you had to do in the real world. So tonight we're going to go through some examples, and again, we're just going to go through a couple.
What's funny about what you just said is that I do some of the visual stuff at church now, and it's digital, so I can put the books of the Bible in alphabetical order if I want to. I don't have to. No. I know where that. I might not know exactly where it falls, but I know if it's in the New Testament or Old Testament. I know about where it's around. I can do that now. And that's all thanks to Vacation Bible School, Sunday school,
YPWW. Folks don't know what YPWW is,
They don't.
And some of these Kojic churches still don't know what it is. And that's
sad.
Sunshine Band. Oh man, come on, bro.
Well, look,
shout out to Grandma. Shout out to Grandma Mert, Big Sister Sunshine, baby.
Hey, since you mentioned it, let's go ahead and start with that one, man. Like, the first thing is public speaking. I think you had a little story about your public speaking.
Bruh, like public speaking you see what we do here now? We are not afraid to come on the internet and talk to whomever. You have a side gig. We've done some side work together where we get out in front of the public and we speak. This all comes from the church. These are things that we had to do when we did not want to. So just imagine being a 6-year-old having to go in front of a church of hundreds of people and give a speech. Just imagine looking out in front of all of those people. And that's one of the biggest fears for most people is public speaking. And having to go into a church and someone tell you, hey, you got to read the scripture.
Ooh.
Huh? Huh?
Hey, look, and your daddy, your granddaddy is the preacher, and then
right.
Y'all think it's a joke when they hit you with that read. Then you better read, and ain't no stuttering, stumbling, or messing around, and you better read it good.
Enunciation is key. Enunciation is key.
Yes, sir.
But just imagine being on program and you have to read an Old Testament scripture or the New Testament scripture for this program, for this Youth Sunday that you guys have. So now your nerves are shot the whole week before once they tell you that you have to read, and then you have to go find a scripture that is appropriate. So that means you have to go and read your Bible. Now you find a scripture that's appropriate for whatever the service is that you're doing, whatever the topic is of that particular service. And then you have to get up there in front of not only the congregation, but your homies that are in the audience as well.
Right.
And they are looking at you.
Friends, all of them that came to church for the service, and now you on program, and you standing up there talking about some.
In the beginning, boy, you better not stumble because you're gonna hear from them. So this is one of those situations where being a church kid and going through those proving grounds is what I'll say. You go through those proving grounds. So now when you get out in the real world, when you get out into the secular world, even just at school, you don't have that fear of not being able to read a paragraph. When it comes down to, you're going to read this sentence and then you pass it on to the next person. Oh, you're prepared for this because I've had to learn how to say Nebuchadnezzar.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
A bad Negro.
Bad nigga.
So these are things that you learn at church. And again, when I saw that, I was like, they're right. With the kids these days, they don't have to learn certain things, or they have not learned certain things because they have not had to go through those types of proving grounds to get it there. So that made life so much easier for me. And I know it made life easier for you, especially again when you said when you have to read for the preacher.
Yeah, man. Listen,
now we always talk about Gino. We always talk about Gino and his reader.
Yeah, but that nigga grew up in the church because
he's there before Gino get there. He already knows. He already knows. They have worked together for some time now.
2 Corinthians 12, chapter boy, you be on it. But here's the thing. Look, check this out. I can tell you now, one of the things that scares me sometimes is I can go on stage, I can grab a microphone, and I can have that crowd in the palm of my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And good, bad, or otherwise, you learn that skill to be able to see what people need in a crowd.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's crazy, which on the flip side makes me second guess myself when I'm at church because I'm like, I'm not trying to just be a performer at church. You understand what I'm saying? So it's two different things. You got to be real careful. And you also learn that what's the worst that can happen? Because I can stand up in front of anybody because I had to stand up in front of my grandma. I can stand up in front of anybody because I had to stand up in front of my aunties and my uncles and my granddaddy and my mama and my daddy. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, them holidays, Easter and Christmas and all that stuff, your friends was coming to church with you because they've been around the house all the time. So they come to church with you, and guess what? You're going to have to stand up in front of your friend. And you got to do that knowing that when you get out of your car, that nigga had on that little gold bow tie.
Right. But that also comes from, we always talk about the church mothers and that phrase, take your time, baby. Take your time.
Mm.
Like, there is an understanding of grace given.
Yeah.
So it's going to allow you to make that mistake in front of the public and realize it's not the end of the world. And you're going to stumble, and you're going to hear the mother say, "Take your time, baby."
Yeah.
And though it jars you a little bit, it disarms the crowd a little bit also. So it gives you that, okay, let me breathe. Let me bring it back in. And again, these are life lessons that you learn through the church of, hey, you're up there and you're nervous. Take your time. Take your time. And she just told you that because you was up there screwing up.
Yeah.
But it's also that lesson of slow down, take your time.
It almost subconsciously taught me to expect the best out of people you're in front of. Because in your fear, I think, of most people public speaking is the fact that these people are judging me while they're sitting out there. Well, when you got a mother go, "You all right, baby? Go ahead, take your time. Let them use you, baby. Let them go." That pretty much just means relax. You good? Keep on going. Push through it. We rooting for you. We pulling for you. And that right there make you go, okay, cool. Now, when you get older, you may realize that there are some people who are looking for you to fail, but you also believe that there's some people in that audience who are looking for you to succeed. And that's what church taught me, bro. Church taught me, like, stand in front of that crowd, be confident, take your time, let you know what you're talking about, you know what you're supposed to be reading, you know what that says, go ahead, take your time, put it out there, and give it to the people, because that's what you're up there for. And I'm telling you now, if there is one thing that has helped me tremendously in life, in all aspects of life, it's that, having to stand in front of people and deliver something that may not have been mine.
Right.
But I had to deliver it like it was. And that, thank you, church. Thank you, church.
But it also, and it also taught you to be in a moment, because you will hear that person, and at times it can fluster you to hear someone else's voice when you're supposed to be the one presenting. Right. And hearing another voice, it can fluster you. You can, hold up, it teaches you to be in the moment, enjoy what's in front of you.
Yep.
Take what comes and not be thrown off by it. Because I've had to, in my day, had to go up, and I think we were doing oratory contest. So I had to go up there. Oh, this was the scariest moment in my life. I think I was like 8 or 9 years old. Scariest moment during district convention. And I'm in there and I'm just reading this speech off that my grandma wrote for me. And I got to a point and my paper failed, and I was like, where do I go from here? And someone said something, and I was like, and now I can't find my place. When I pick my paper back, I can't find my place. So now I'm flustered. And now it's to a point where, okay, you learn, if it's in front of you, you make jokes, you learn to talk, and that's where the personality of me comes from.
So church, it's your fault.
I'm screwed up.
You say this crazy stuff. It's your fault. It's your fault, church.
Because I've learned that humor will disarm anything.
Yeah.
So I make a mistake. Like when Carl Lewis was out there singing the national anthem, and he hit the wrong note, and Buddy said, "Uh-oh."
Don't worry, I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna get it back.
This one gonna get it back. This one gonna get it back. Right.
And he never got it back.
He never got it back. But you realize, like, humor will disarm certain things, so you don't have to be afraid. And then also, like, I was in the choir growing up, and my father had the choir, so we were always performing. And you get on a TV show, or you out there at a big concert, and there are people out there that are watching, and you've got one shot. There is no do-over. Mm-hmm. You realize, like, hey, I'm going to give it what I have. When I mess up, they don't know I messed up for the most part. They really don't know I messed up. Right. So let me roll through. And if they do notice that I messed up, if I let them know that I messed up, we're going to disarm them with some comedy. We're going to make them smile, make them laugh. Not going to make them feel sorry for me, because that's one thing that we did realize in the church is sympathy is, like, I may empathize with you. I may be like, baby, I know how you're feeling, but I'm not going to sit there and baby you because you did something wrong.
Feel it like everybody else got to feel it.
When you got someone telling you, like, baby, that is not it. Oh.
Hey, that's the other side of that, like you said. That also teaches you, hey, you're not as good as you thought you was. You might need to go back. You might need to go back and practice. Speaking of practice, another point that you said you made, accountability. Being in church taught you accountability. And I read this when you sent it to me, and I looked at it, I was like, man, if this ain't the truth. Because I'm telling you now, number one, if you miss the rehearsal, you miss this meeting, or you miss this whatever, people notice. People took notice. I think that might be a part of the problem I have with some of the mega churches and stuff like that. But that's a different show. But in the church that we grew up in, whether it was 20 people or 200 people or 500 people, everybody knew each other and they checked on each other. So if you went missing, it stood out, and it's important, especially for the smaller the church, the more important your presence is. So that means 100%. If I'm there, if I don't show up to church, oh man, they ain't gonna have this, or they ain't gonna have a drummer, or they ain't gonna have the singer, they ain't gonna have a tenor part, or they ain't gonna have this, or they ain't gonna have that. So everybody takes ownership and takes pride in what they do. And in turn, as an adult outside of church, it taught me to take pride in my work and to make sure that it doesn't matter how many other people are around, whether it's for 5 people or 5,000 people, my job is important. My job is critical, and I need to make sure that I do my job to the best of my abilities, and that I show up every day that I can to make sure that my job is complete.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the accountability portion for me. It was always, if you don't show up for rehearsal, you don't get the benefit of being at the concert. You don't get the benefit of doing the performance if you don't come to the rehearsal. So that teaches me I can't jump on somebody else's coattail for a group project. And again, this is even as a kid. If I'm not there to do the work, I can't get up there and perform. I can't tell you do the work and I just read your stuff off. Like I said, I learned that at 9, 10 years old after my grandmother read that speech and I dropped it. And I had to figure it out. So just imagine me doing this at school. Not gonna happen. I've learned from that moment there, I need to understand what I'm doing. So that way, if something horrible happens, if I drop my paper, if I drop my cue cards, I'll still have enough knowledge to continue. And like I said, not showing up for rehearsals, not showing up to Bible studies, and still wanting to be a part of the benefit of everything. Nah, you are held accountable.
It's and that reminds me of 2 things. Number one, I'm a drummer, right? I can't play keys. I can't play bass. I can't play nothing else. I don't know. I sing a little bit, just a little bit though. You know what I'm saying? So, but every time I'm with a group of musicians, you send me a song to learn, I learn everybody's part. Like, so I can't play it, but I can sing it to you. I can sing. Right. I know what the keys are supposed to be doing. I know because I grew up in church where you never know who's not going to be able to be there. You may have to step into that role. Now, am I expecting to have to step in and play keys? No. But you know what? When somebody else shows up to fill in for the old keys player, I can tell them, hey, we're going to this. Are we singing this part? And I can sing them the notes that I'm supposed to be hearing. You know what I'm saying? And it makes things go smoother for the group as a whole. Now, number 2, I ended up, I got the opportunity, the privilege to be able to MD for an artist. We had this huge concert, and we had these big name gospel artists come in. The artist that I was the music director for, he wasn't like a big name, but he had a couple of projects out. I mean, locally he was doing really well. He brought in this huge name, and so we did this whole show. I MD'd. I was more than MD. I was the director for the show. So we're talking lights, effects. All the singers reported to me. All the musicians reported to me. Everything reported to me. I have a friend who is a phenomenal saxophone player. He is a phenomenal saxophone player. You know him. You know what I'm saying? Like you know him. And he didn't make the rehearsals. Now I know he's a phenomenal saxophonist. I got a full band over here. I got a full horn section. He came to me and he went to the artist and was like, hey, my bad, I couldn't make it to the such. And the artist looked at me and says, hey, yo, Tech, you the MD, you make the call, and walked off. I looked him square in his face, said, sorry, bro, this is my friend. I'm sorry, bro, you can't do this. And I fired him right there. And so he brings that up to this day. And you fired me. And I'm like, yeah, and I'll do it again if you don't get here on time. And you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it's like, if you don't come to rehearsal, if you don't put the work in, you don't get to participate in the glory part of everything. You understand what I'm saying?
And that's the accountability that, again, you learn in church because it matters. It matters. And again, you can learn these things on the outside, but for the most part, it doesn't matter as much when there's 100 people. So you not being there doesn't matter. And then you joining in onto something on the back end of it, it's really not that big of a deal to everybody.
Right.
But when you're in these small spaces, when you're in these intimate churches and you realize, okay, we've got a choir of 30 and we've got 15 here, 10 tenors, and one of my tenors is missing, and it could be the big voice.
Right.
Something's missing with my so I need to be here. And that's one thing that my father would always teach us, was that accountability, because it did not matter if it was the best singer or the best musician. If you did not make it there, you do not get to participate.
Yes, sir.
Also, with my father through church, he had a basketball league where I'm not going to say forced, but one of the rules was, if you do not go to church during this season, to the church for whom you play for, you're not allowed to play in the tournament.
Right.
Again, this for him was all about ministry. It wasn't about basketball. So you had a lot of the guys from the neighborhood who would come in, but he would make them, hey, if you're going to be representing this guy's church, you got to at least go to this person's church twice during the season. Right. So that was just one of the rules. You had players who did not follow the rules, and then come tournament day, oh, I'll go tomorrow. Oh, I'll go. Did you get this signed off on? And these pastors show up and they were like, well, we'll work with them. No, because again, you have to be accountable to the rules that we have set that you knew about from day one. So you had guys over there angry, sitting on the bench during tournament time, knowing, oh, that's my best player. I remember at 1 year, we had 4 Florida State football players that did not make it. Mm-hmm. And these guys ended up having to sit out, and they were set to win that year. They were set to win the whole thing. However, you didn't make it to church, and you had all the excuses in the world. However, that part didn't matter to my father. It was about the ministry. And there's been so many pastors that have come out of that, so many elders, so many ministers that have come out of that, because you had to go to somebody's church. And then when you sit in there, you actually got something out of it. And again, that's the accountability part, that I don't care about you playing basketball. You're going to be held account to what the rule is.
Right.
And yeah, so church has definitely helped out in that particular instance, as far as the accountability goes.
It taught me that how to take quitting off the table. Quitting is an option, because if I'm in that same basketball tournament and I didn't follow the rules, so I couldn't play in that tournament, well, forget this. I'm not doing. No, like you said, they were sitting on the sideline. They had to stay there. They had to watch. Oh, yeah. And then they knew that in order for me to be on this court in the next tournament, I got to stay there. When you're at church, especially if you're a preacher's kid or you're a church, like, bro, you can be mad all you want to, and you better get up and do what you're supposed to do, and then go sit down, and I will see you on Wednesday night.
Right.
Well, I'll see you on Tuesday for
Tuesday, Friday, or whenever it was, because that for us it was Sunday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and because you had Sunday you had church all day, Tuesday you had Bible study, Friday we had pastoral teaching, Saturday we had rehearsals, and we right back at it again. So yeah, for us it was always church, and no matter who you were upset with at the church, no matter what they told you no about, your parents didn't care. You're going right back in there. You're going to do this all over again. But again, and that taught you something else also. Like, you don't have to agree. You got to do the work, though.
And that's the thing. Regardless of what you think, you follow this, and you fall in, and you make sure the job gets done. And that moves us to this next point, bro. And this, I think this will be our final point for the night.
Yeah, we're gonna end on this one, because there's so many more that we have, but yeah, we can end it on this one.
And this one is called networking without calling it networking. Just like you said, you don't have to like me, I don't have to like you, but guess what? We're both working towards a common goal. By force or by choice, we're working towards a goal, and we're gonna have to figure it out. So it taught you how to be, in your words, how to be likable when you didn't feel like it.
Oh man, you had to smile in so many faces.
Oh boy,
so many faces.
Now, yeah, they call that being fake. Now, I don't think that's being fake. I think that's being personable to a degree.
Yes.
I think don't get me wrong, there are people who smile in your face and trying to stab you in the back. Those are fake people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about putting on a brave face, putting on a face because you never know who's watching, and you realize what you represent. So if if I'm out, I was doing all types of wild stuff, and my granddaddy was the superintendent. My daddy is the lead deacon of the church. My uncles are all pastors and superintendents. I got to make sure that when I get around people, that I understand the weight that my name carries, and what I represent.
You remember having to go out on Saturdays and go and not Jehovah's Witness style, but Jehovah's Witness style, and going to people's doors and, hey, just want you to let you know that we got the church down the road and we'll invite you here. We having it on Sunday, or we having this going on. We got a revival come, and being cursed out, door slam. You're upset, but the next door is right there, and you got to shake that.
Shake it off.
I don't want to do this again because I might get cursed out again, but you get back to that next door. Hey, how you doing? I'm down the road at church, and you saying you got that spiel all over again because it taught you how to take no. It taught you how to smile through the pain. It taught you even the day that you told your parents, I'm not going tomorrow. Like you had a choice. And then you mad the whole way there, but I dare you to get in front of them people and not put that smile on in front of your mom. I dare you.
3 words from your mom. Fix your face.
Bro.
And by the time that doorknob turned and that door open, you better be.
Bro, I remember as a kid, I did something at church in front of the choir stand. My father took me out the side door, smacked me up. He gave me a beating on the back steps of the church, fixed my face up, put me back in the choir stand. So now I'm standing up there, and I do not have a choice to sit there and mean mug nothing, because I understand if you take me out once, he'll take me out again. There ain't no use in getting beat twice.
And you know what? So, the first time he took you out, people was wondering what he was getting ready to do when he got out there. The second time, they know, and now you got to come back.
Everybody knows what happened when you come back in there. Like you don't clear the tears, but man, you still see the what they say, the tracks of my tears. Take a good look at my face. You can see the tracks of my tears. Like you Smokey Robinson time out there.
Wow, Smokey! Wow!
Take you right back up there to the choir stand, handle you, and I think that day, I had to lead a song or something. So now I'm back in there, microphone in hand in pocket, doing my rock, but every note got hit. Like it's
you
just.
You want to get hit no more, like the notes.
The notes got hit. I don't want to get hit no more. But again, it teaches you to perform through a lot of things, because you have to put that face on for the outside. So now, in the secular world, anything that comes about, the worst of the worst thing could happen, but I'm going to be able to put on a happy face and make sure it gets done.
I'm going to tell you like this, bro. My wife will tell you in a heartbeat, like she always tell. I didn't completely learn that lesson. I did not, because and in my head, I can be mad over here at something over here, and I can be fine over here. The one time, if I'm mad with her or she's mad with me, if we're arguing, everybody else can go to hell. Like, because and when it comes down to it, it's just like, I'm not going, and she's like, you get mad and then you're mad at the world. Yeah, because my world is mad at me.
Look at that. I see.
But that's the truth, though. But it's like, because I could care less about everybody else, but you mad at me. So if you're mad or I'm mad with you, how dare I go be happy with somebody else if I'm mad at you? So, and I know it's odd, it's weird thinking. It may right, wrong, or otherwise, but that's what pops in my head.
However, how many times have your parents been on the phone, kiki laughing, upset with you, find out something you did, hold on right quick, come in there, give you all types of, and then run right back to the phone and now you up there looking like you couldn't have been mad. You couldn't have been mad.
Right. Like, what's funny about that is that I can distinctly remember, and every black family, I don't even know about white families, I'm sure white families too. You got that conversation where you was in the middle of getting fussed at, you done something and your mama is wilding out. I can't believe y'all the phone ring. I can't believe y'all get on my nerve. Shut up, someone. Hello? Yeah, girl, how you doing?
Hey, girl, how you
doing? You know, you're like, what?
He's so bad behind kids, about to take me out of here. Come get him.
Oh,
Like, oh, you got jokes now?
right. But that's in general, bro. In general, that accountability, it sticks with me a lot from church. That networking. The reason I do not fear talking to anybody is because I've talked to people from the drunk who stumbled in off the street all the way up to the presiding bishop. And you know what? I've learned how to interact with people without giving up my dignity to talk to them. But I do have reverence and respect for positions, so I know how to get what I need. You understand what I'm saying? So I'll tell you a story. I had I went at that church before he passed away. The bishop was at my church, was my pastor, and he used to do crazy stuff. Like he'd call and be like, "Hey, can you meet me at the church? You and so and so." So me and dude just show up at the church, and he was just me and the musician. We show up at the church, and he had just heard a song on the radio, and was like, "Y'all think y'all could do this? Hey, you don't think you could have just said that on the phone?" But you know what else was gonna come after that? I would get there, then he'd be like, "And I'm hungry. When do y'all want to go to Popeyes?" And he was the type to give you $100 bill, tell you go get me a 2-piece, and he dare you to bring back change. You better not hand me no change. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it was stuff like that. It was stuff like that. He tracked me down at a tent sale. I was selling cars. This nigga, I'm outside at a tent. Over the speakers at a tent comes report to come to the finance desk. Get to the finance desk like, "Yo, you got a phone call." "Nigga, who's calling me out here?" I answer the phone. "It's him." "How did you?" And that was the first thing I said. "How did you get this number?" He called some girl that I was talking to that was at the church, and she told me how to get hold of me. But it's stuff like that where you realize that these people have titles and they have a lot of responsibilities and they have a lot going on their plate, but they're also just regular people who happen to have a certain calling. So you realize how to reverence the calling without putting the man on the pedestal. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. And a lot of times they will show you the human side of them, especially if they respect who brought you along. Like I can remember times going in with grandpa, going in with my pops, going in with your pops, and you're dealing with the superintendents or you're dealing with the bishops, and you shake his hand and you don't shake it right. "Boy, come on, give me a proper handshake." Now you got squeeze a little bit. Like they give you some game. So now I've learned how to shake hands with anybody by, as a child, not doing it right and having grown men tell me, "Hey, boy, you got to do it this way, get it this way." And my pops telling me over and over again, "You look him in his face when you do this. You look him in his eyes when you talk to him. You say." So these life lessons that you learn just by dealing with everyday church people that you deal with in church, because a lot of kids did not get those examples that we would get in church. And again, and sometimes it was even the kids in the church didn't get some of those advantages that we got because we had people on the back end.
Right, we're behind the scenes.
Being that we were in the church, we were able to. And again, my father was one of those ones that any young man, especially that was around, or he was going to make sure that he talked to him as if he was one of his own. And that kind of rubbed me the wrong way as a youngster. But as I grew up, I understood like every boy didn't grow up with a man in the house like I had. So it actually gives me much pride now to know that my father was a father figure to so many others. Even though it rubbed me wrong as a kid, as an adult, it fills me with so much pride to know who he was to so many other people. But being able to tell a young man, "Hey," and I'll still do it now. "Young man, shake my hand with his little fingers." Nah, bro. You teach them a grip. You show them certain things, again, that I learned through church.
Right.
And now I can take it out to the masses, and people will see me in a different light because I'm not coming at them any kind of way. I do understand showing the reverence to the pastor as well as the janitor. So when I go into my business, when I go into the business world, when I go out there to my job, there's nobody who is beneath me to speak to and to interact with, but there's nobody too high above me that I'm afraid to have conversations with either.
Exactly. Well, you know what? You know what's funny about that is that when you people respect the respect that you give. I do not believe that you have to give respect to get respect. I think you have to give respect to expect respect But you don't have to. You don't have to give me respect up front. I respect you up front. Every single person, man, woman,
you
boy,
can
girl,
lose it.
Everywhere. You can lose the respect, but up front, when I meet you, I'm going to give you that respect. You didn't have to give it to me first. I'm going to give that. That's what that's how I'm built. That's how I'm made. And what people don't understand is that people in higher positions respect integrity and they respect not secrecy. If I'll give you an example. If Bishop so and so shows up and he's comfortable enough to just be laid back and just say little stuff around you, then that means that you've shown something in yourself that's like, okay, well, I can trust my privacy in my private life, the real me, the civilian me, with this person, because anything that somebody does can be twisted out of context.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know how church people can be real talkative. Oh, you know, so and so, sister so and so was doing this, doing that, or brother so and so did this, doing that. Hey, man, if I can't trust you to be just free, we ain't talking about trust you to be quiet about my sins and my improprieties.
Right. To hide anything. Right. They don't want you to hide anything, because that's the thing. I don't want you hiding anything, but I don't want you going out telling anything either. Right. You don't have to hide. You don't have to hide a thing that I do. Anything I do, but it doesn't have to be publicly broadcast just simply because it's me. Like that. That's one thing that it's never going to be. I saw such and such, and he was doing for what? Right. For what? He didn't do anything illegal. He didn't do anything immoral. He didn't do anything wrong. But we were just. There's nothing for me to take.
Well, because like you get mad with stuff, like you get a phone call. Oh shoot! Here goes so and so. You don't hate that person, but if that gets out that way, it sounds completely different.
Right. Exactly.
It's important to be able to be like, oh Lord, here we go. And like I told you, my homeboy, like one of my good friends, one of my best friends, is also my executive pastor. This is the man who is like one of my best friends and the godfather to my son and a spiritual leader in my life. That's a very delicate line. I had to learn to separate the two.
Right.
And I had to learn not to be with my executive pastor. I can't be like I am with my friend.
Right. You know you gotta let him be in his position when he needs to be in his position.
Right. And I can't react the way, because if you say something about my boy, we got a problem. If you say something about my pastor, I gotta handle it a certain way. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't have that in me. I don't have that all the way down, because I see things online. Because I got my father who's the pastor, and when I see something about that, there is not a separation of that. So when you question his morals, you question his. I don't have that separation. It's always go when it's that guy. Right. It's always and I understand questioning the church. Just don't question that guy, not that guy.
You know what's funny is that I got into it with my pastor, and I got into it with my friend. While we was at church, it went like this, and I was like, did he really just? And at the time, I was like, okay, whatever. I got home. Hey, nigga, like, you for real, bro? Like that. And we had that conversation. We had it out. And I got it. I was able to just be like, you did this, you did that, da. His response to me was like, some of it was, it wasn't that, it was this. And some of it was like, you know what, my bad. I didn't mean it like that. And I was okay. And so at that moment, he knows that whatever happens, we're good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put you on Front Street in front of the congregation and stuff. But what you're not going to do, you're not going to try and punk me in front of nobody either, because I'm not. You understand what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
So again, the church has definitely taught us wonderful things that we are able to take outside, and there's a lot more that we have learned through the church, and we're gonna continue to do this. So every now and again, we're gonna shoot the church some bell every now and again, because we do have a lot of gripes, but there are things that we learn through our dealings in the church that a lot of people around us have learned through their dealings in the church, and I'm pretty sure some of you have learned simply because it happened in church. You learn some morals about yourself in church, some non-negotiables about life that you learned in church. So we're gonna go ahead and give church some flowers every now and again as well. So hey, cuz
yeah, man,
I'm all done with this one for tonight. You got anything else for him?
I'm good. Nope,
you all done?
I'm done.
All right. So what we're gonna do here? Yeah. So what we're gonna do here is say thank you to all of you for all your support. If there's anything that you think that we missed for the 3 topics that we actually just went over, go ahead and drop them in the comments. Hit the like button right now. Again, if you're new to this, hey, if you made it this far, hit the like button, share it with somebody in your church friend group. Let them understand that, hey, we are not always here just to bash the church. We are some church boys at heart, and we love y'all. We love y'all. So cousin, man, we gonna do this again next week because we ain't been canceled yet.
Ain't not yet, so we gonna come back again. Good. All right, we out of here. All right,
we out of here, man. Hey, go ahead and get business, man. Love y'all. Love you, boy. Be good. Peace.